Already. Hello everyone. I'm sorry and welcome. We are late. I'm sorry we had the technical issues, but regardless, welcome to Photigy Friday Photo Talk. Okay. This is crazy morning, completely crazy. Computer stopped working for me. I hope it's more. Well, probably it's not a morning anymore for you, and actually 1 p.m. is not morning even for me. However, this is how I feel. How are you doing, guys? I see the chat. I'm going to monitor, and today we'll try to do some practice. We'll be doing something creative, something that will somehow, how you call it? Well, last video that I posted, I was talking about thinking out of the box to survive, thinking, being adaptive to survive when everything changes. So today I want to show you something that kind of support this idea that we are photographers, right? Many of us used to make money as product photographers. Today maybe you are guys in fear what to do next, and like all the photography is, it's an unusual time, right? With all this coronavirus happenings and everything that we see, global changes, and especially the economy that is going to happen really soon after all this stuff is gone. The virus, it will be economical issues, right? So we're thinking how to survive, how to maybe thrive, how to make a living, how to grow the business, different goals for different people. But what I was saying in my previous video, answering some of the comments, that everything is based on adaptation. All the survival, it depends from adaptation. So what I'm going to show you, this cool device that we have. The device is, actually I can see it, made for the course. I'm going to show you in a moment what I mean. And we'll try to, I'll try to demonstrate you how it works and what you can do. Something that only professionals can do. It's the whole idea of this, right, is to be not as everyone, be different. So you always will be selected among others because you do something different, something better. This is the whole idea. Okay, let me jump on the chat and see what is going on. Okay, Alexander, hello. Do you believe that market is hard to survive due to the photo boxes? Well, Alexandra, such a question, right? Photo boxes. No, it's not. It's not. The market is hard. It's something that. It's not a market. Market is always good. It's how we see it. How we feel it. How we put ourselves into that market. If things changing, right? If photo boxes. 10 years ago it was no photo boxes, right? 20 years ago, now they are. But it was no iPhones either, or other phones that has great cameras and great software. And it was no non-expensive cameras that can provide images at the quality, the camera for $500 right now is doing. It's all okay. If you feel, that market is hard, it just, you didn't change based on the changes. Because this is this is psychology, right? We think that it is. The biggest issue of everything, happening to us is this, it is, but it is not. It's something fixed. Every second is different. It's a flow. So there is no, that something is like that. Next day it will be different. Same as actually person we interact with. The biggest, challenges in families and, when people live together. They think that they know who you are, or you know her or him. He is like this or she is like this, but it's not. Yesterday it was like that, tomorrow it will be different, after tomorrow it will be different, and you change. So everything changes, and the idea is to adopt. Hello. Okay. Let's talk about photography. Let's see what we can do with this device. Okay, I'm going straight to the point, so I won't waste much of your time. If you want to, if you didn't watch the previous video that was posted a couple days ago, check it out after this show. The link will be on which corner? On this corner, and we can discuss it on the comments. It's about changes. Let me tell you about this device. The device is, one second. The device is, I can, yeah. I'm going to show you in a moment what it is so you understand what I'm talking about, and I'm going to demonstrate you something. So, there is a course called Zero Gravity, okay? It's a super cool thing. This is exactly what I meant by adaptation, by being creative, by doing something that is not easy to repeat, not easy to do the same. With this device, you can do images like that out of the camera, basically, and this is really out of the camera. It's just a little bit of adjustment of how you call it, RAW conversion. But basically, it's not composite image. This is just one click, and it's everything possible in this device. So I said, why not to share, all this with you guys? So there is a course where I explain, how it's built, how it's everything. The course costs $75, so it's not expensive course. However, just want to mention, if you use coupon Friday, just Friday, you will get 50% off on it. It's super cool. It works only for 24 hours. So if you watch this, or friends who want this, you can pass this code for 24 hours. They can get it for whatever, $37. Okay, and now I'm going to let's do the stuff. So the device is this. Basically, it's a platform. Okay, it's a platform that can jump. It's quite loud. It's completely do-it-yourself. It's actually survived a winter outside. I'm surprised. There is some electronics in it. It was almost under the rain, and it still works. I just pulled it this morning, so it's cool. We'll try to do the video, because it's even more interesting than still shots. We can do the video. And you're welcome to ask any question about this device, how it's built. I'll try to answer within those, 40 minutes that we have left, okay? Again, Friday, one word, is a coupon for 50% off. Hello from Spain. Yes. Actually, no, we'll do it later. I wish I can have it here on this big TV. That is my, this is the viewfinder. Cool stuff, right? Okay. So, device. Basically, there are two rails, okay, and strong magnet, electrical magnet at the bottom, okay? And there is a relay that turns off this magnet when I press the button. So it is as simple as this. I just press and it does stuff. And if we put anything on top and press the button, it will jump, right? It will jump, and actually we have some little issue with the with this. It's a huge piece of plexiglass and it's really thick. I got this. Ooh. And we need to stick it a little bit better to this surface to make sure it's not jumping because it's supposed to stay. I have this base that is kind of screwed into the wood, but it's replaceable. So if I can find, you know, this some sort of like a double-sided tape and fix it, it will probably be better. Okay. So I use double-sided tape, you know, 3M Scotch tape to fix many things in the studio, and hopefully I can do it again here for this guy to stay in place. So on the course, I was using trigger, you know, to get things, to get the camera triggered when needed. I was using Pluto trigger. It's a laser trigger that, again, it's covered on the course. Okay, let's stick it. And the trigger was, you know, there is a delay and all that kind of stuff, so it's easy to catch anything that, you know, platforms make things fly on any time. I mean, any position on the air. And the beauty of this, you know, the beauty of this device and the setup, that because, you know, the spring tension and all this stuff is basically the same, all the time the same. And on the Pluto trigger, or any trigger that, you know, can trigger the camera, there is a delay in like in milliseconds, basically, very precise. You can set up delay really precise. And the cool thing that you can take pictures on really, like, you can choose where you want the subject that is flying to be in the air, and you can repeatedly take picture of in that area, I mean, in that specific position. Well, not position, it will fly, but at least on the, you know, on the distance between the table and the subject, it's all controllable by delay. It's super cool. I mean, it's really like, I talk about this in the course, when you can choose, okay, I want it to be suspended on the air. You set a delay, you start shooting, you click, jump, click, jump, click, jump, and it's there all the time. It's just in different position because it flies. Whatever you put in there, it can be, you know, plate with full of, I don't know, krill, whatever. And then you decide, okay, I want it to be, let's say, when it jumps, when it lands, I want to take at that moment. You can set delay, you can increase delay, and boom, it will be every time that it's almost touched the table. Again, this is kind of super cool, and it's super easy. I mean, it's just, you know, a matter of, you know, building this stuff and working with a delay. Привет. But another beauty of this is that you can take motion pictures. So you can take short videos. And tell me, guys, do you know, you have cameras, right? If you're watching this show, you have cameras. What maximum frame per second it can shoot? Your camera. How many frames per second? We have 30p, 60p, 60 frames per second, right? What else? Do you know your limits? I mean, do you know how good your camera is? Because the slow motion is, again, something that that is really kind of attention-attracting things when you shoot slow motion, right? And slow motion now is on almost every camera, at least 120p. Let's see, guys, what you will have. Almost everyone has some smartphone, right? Most of smartphones can shoot up to how much? 480p, right? The slow motion on the camera. Camera. Let me see how much is here. Camera. Slow motion, it shoot 240 frames per second and at full HD. So 240 frames per second full HD. It's a lot. It's already 10x slow if you then convert it into 24 frames per second video, which is one of the standards, I mean one of the formats. You can have 10x slow motion, which is already super cool, right? It's a matter of what to shoot. And what I was using for the class, for the course, and what I was using, I'll be using right now, is Sony RX10 Mark III camera. It's basically point-and-shoot camera. I can show you what it is. 1 second, guys. So you know what I'm talking about. Let's find it on Amazon. Actually, there is a Mark IV, I think, camera over there. Sony RX10, right? What? 5 already? 6 or what? Oh, no. RX100, no. RX10, 100, it's... So there is 4, right? It cost $1,700, right? And it's basically a huge point and shoot with the it's 600 millimeter lens. I think it's 600, the equivalent, and it can shoot all kind of stuff. It has very small sensor. It's 1-inch sensor, so it's smaller than all this APS-C or even the how we call it 4/3 sensor. This is smaller, but the cool part that we can shoot video at there are different settings, but my favorite is 480p. Okay, so it's almost 500 frames per second. It's not full HD. It's not full HD. It's I think it's about 10, not 1080, but something like, I don't know, 10 maybe 60. No, it's smaller than HD. It's smaller, a little bit smaller frame, but it still looks really good. After you process it into in some editor like Adobe Premiere or whatever, it really looks good. So this is the cool thing about it. Let me see what you guys have here. 120, 60p. Okay, so you have it. At least, 60p is not gonna work. 120 is good. So you can shoot slow motion. And even not slow motion, it's still cool stuff. Again, I see people are coming. Guys, I'm talking about this zero gravity photography. Going to drop it in the chat course. And we're going to shoot something slow motion here, okay, something like this. I'm going to answer all the questions that you may have. And if you're interested to take this course, we have 24-hour discount code Friday. Friday, if you put it into coupon, it will bring price down to $37. Okay, so if you want to get this course, the whole idea of this is to do something unusual to survive, to make your business, going forward, because product photography is still good, even with all this crisis. But you cannot do stuff that you used to do 10 years ago, right? You need to do something new. This is new. Okay, so let's do stuff. We can have. Well, let's do real setup and everything. I'm going to share my screen so you see the camera as well. It will be important to show you what Where is this? It will be here, I think, yeah. Okay, so you see, what you see is the live view, viewfinder. What I'm going to do, I'm going to set up everything so you see. First of all, we switch to the HFR mode. This is high frame, whatever it is called, but it's HFR, high frame recording probably. It looks like this, right? Tons of information that you can see. 500 of a second shutter speed because it's for 80p. Okay, the settings is for 80p. It will be translated into 24p. You can see on top right corner, right? It says HD 24p. Well, this is how it will be. Of course, it won't be 4K. It will be 1080. But the camera, when it will take all these frames, it will take them only for 2 seconds, and then it will convert into 24p video. So it will be 20x slow motion. Okay, 20x, imagine it, right? For the camera that cost, well, $1,700. Well, this one is less actually. This is older. This is Mark III or 2 or 3. No, it's 3. Okay. What else? I set manual exposure because we don't want to be dependent from whatever is going on here. It's always manual. f7.1, which is huge depth of field already. We can even go lower if you need it because of the small sensor. The sensor size is, I don't know, like 4 times smaller than, I think it's 4 times, if not more, than full frame 35 millimeters. So it's a lot. ISO 400, we'll see how it will work. We'll try to, have minimum ISO. But first, let's turn on some lights. So I have video lights. This is something, guys, that you need to master, that you need to have, okay, video lights. This is LED lights. Yes, LED lights, and well, I have Godox. It's really cool. It's almost, Godox for me is like, Toyota in the cars. It's something not expensive, but reliable and good actually. That you can do lots of stuff with it. This is 100-watt LEDs. It's about 1,000 equivalent of tungsten light. Probably now nobody will remember it in a few years that there's such light. It's all LED all the time. But basically, it's pretty bright. What I'm looking now at the viewfinder, and you can see it, is, what is that? Oh, we have some, well, we'll have to live with it. Unfortunately, we have some nasty stuff on the diffuser. As you can see, there is a diffuser. Well, you probably don't see it, but well, let me switch it so you see first everything. Diffuser, right? One light behind the diffuser. One is here. This one will probably cast some reflection, as you can expect, right, from such light. And that light is highlighting the diffuser. Diffuser that I'm using is Westcott. I think it's 1.5 f-stop. It's relatively thick in terms of, when you think about portraiture and whatever, it's a thick diffuser. However, it's not good enough for product photography to be placed as the background with the light behind because it's too thin. I'll show you what I mean. This is what happens when you have direct positioning light directly behind. You can see the light, okay? What do you see? Yeah, you see the shape. It's not just the shape of the diffused light, but you see some sort of like, well, some stuff which you're not supposed to see, okay? Not sure if you can see it, but you basically can see it through. Okay, there is a spot, right? This is a spot, and this is the light. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be visible if diffuser would be thick enough. But we do have this situation, right? It's not good to see the light. We need to just draw the whatever the spot we want. This is why I'm putting it actually outside, okay, outside of this. So it won't be really, okay, somewhere like this. It won't be visible. Is it clear? Hello, Mohammed. Hello. Okay. Let's switch. You know what? Let me do something, guys. Let me do. Like this, probably. Yeah, it will be better. So the idea is that I want you to see the see viewfinder and this. Now I'm going to what? Okay. Let's have some water or some liquid, so we can just you know, try to do something. Just try. No, before this, no liquid. No liquid. And where is my? Let's do bada boom. Boom. Okay. The setup should be, of course, when it's retracted. This is what happened when I'll press the button, right? So it will fly. We probably may need to, let me adjust things before we can proceed. You don't see it, right? It's not broadcasting. So first I'm going to adjust. Oh yeah, you see it. This is not HFR mode because on HFR you have on this high frame rate type of thing. You do have completely different controls. Okay, now I'm switching back. Okay, the idea is that to have it in focus first, in the right position when retracted. Since it will be a video, it will be, you know, flying stuff. We can even probably shoot it on vertical position. You know, flip the camera. Actually, it may be cool, you know, to flip it and to have it. No, let's try to do it right now like this. For Instagram, you know, for social media, it's more interesting to have vertical video. But it's supposed to jump and then land, and everything will be boom. Exposure and everything we need to check right now. If light is, for example, too sharp or too hard, it's not good. What I see, it's a little bit too much. With given f7.1 ISO 400 and for 80 frames per second, which is 500 of a second shutter speed, right? You can see all the data, right, on the screen. I can probably try to adjust it so it's not that bright. I can do it by doing different things. I can do it with the light, okay, right? I can do it like that. Just moving light away. Or I can actually adjust exposure, right? For example, I can lower the ISO, which is always a good thing to have. However, I'm not going to do that because this light through the softbox, it's weak enough. It's probably 3-4 times less bright than this one. So I want to equalize. I better make this a little bit less bright, okay? So nice spot. It should be good. Okay. So let's see if you have any questions. Do you know any software as workaround for increasing frame rate if we don't have a camera which such good frame rate, at least a little? Well, you can increase frame rate almost on any video editor, right? You can make slow motion video, right? It will kind of make missing frames for you, right? You lose quality. There are even plugins to this. For example, Final Cut. I remember I was looking, and there was plugins that help to do this. They kind of make this slowing the video is better, you know, kind of. So I don't remember names, unfortunately. But really, on Final Cut, you can do it like this. You can just stretch it, and it will be slow motion, and it will be relatively good. So at least, well, you can slow it at least 2 times and still be good. 2 times for free, right? What else? Twixter, yeah, maybe. Which camera are you using for this shot? I'll be asking. The camera, again, guys, camera is Sony RX. 1 second. Sony RX 10. Okay, this is the camera. I have older version. It's a huge 600 millimeter lens camera with little sensor. But you know, it's equivalent of I think 28 or 24 millimeters to 600, which is super cool. You know, I was shooting the moon other day with it. It's like telescope, really. It's a telescope. I mean, it's amazing stuff. Plus, it can do slow motion up to 20x. Well, it can do slower, but it's not good quality, so you're not, in general, interested in this. Okay, if no, let's move on. Let's try to capture it. First, we'll try to capture without any liquid. Then we'll do with liquid. So the cool thing, and not cool, or I mean what it is, the camera can shoot only 2 seconds. 2 seconds in this slow motion, which will be 40 seconds at the end because of the 480p, right? It will be converted to 24p, so 20 times slower. 2 seconds, 40 seconds final video. But we need to do this trigger you know, within 2 seconds of flying stuff. Basically synchronized. It's easy to do with hands. We'll try to do it right now. By the way, you see everything? No, you don't see everything because of 1 second, guys. I want to help you a little bit, actually. Okay, so you will see actually the whole thing. Let's cock the shutter, basically. Okay, ready to, you know, press the button. But first I need to prepare the camera. So I do press what it says, shooting standby. I think I need to press something. I already actually forgot. Okay, record with movie button. It's ready. And I do press movie and I do press this. So what's happening? You see what is going on. At this frame rate, this is real-time kind of recording. It takes from buffer and records it. You see how it's flickering, right? It's flickering a lot, and it's not good at all. Why it's flickering? By the way, we have some stuff which is got into the frame. Because of the light. If you've been familiar with, you know, videography and video light, you know that there is a frequency that every light is kind of, it's not tungsten, it's not really constant light. There is a frequency internal. We can see it with the eye, but when it's slow motion enough, we see that issue. So let's review what we got. Where is our play button? So this is the actual movie. And the flickering happens when the frequency of the light is relatively low. So it's coming closer to the shutter speed of the camera. 500 of a second, it brings all this. These lights, these Godox that I'm using, this is a video light, so they're good. They don't have this problem. However, I have other lights in the studio, and especially these two, that are not as good. I'm going to shut them down. Okay, it will be less light for you guys, but these regular lights that is not video lights is not going to work for you. display is not good when, you know, this stuff is happening. So I need to just shut them down. Okay, like this. Okay. So you've seen the video, right? We got something. We are ready to shoot more. Switch back. Not cool thing that kind of it changes everything, so we need to adjust. Not sure if, oh, I can, cool, I can adjust the zoom. I need to make sure that we don't have any issues with this. I still have a little issue with the light being on the frame, because now I want to do sort of like a final, well, as much as possible to do. So somewhere like this, okay. Let me check if I am right and wrong about the light. Maybe we have some issue with the lights that are, well, these lights, because this is the video light as well that, you know, highlights me. So let's do one more. Where is glass? It was jumping so nicely that okay, probably already got it. So if you have questions about the device, you can check, first of all, you can check on the course. I can answer any question that you may have for the device. In short, it's a system of rails and springs and electromagnet at the bottom that holds it, and then it releases when I press the button. It cuts the current for a second and it jumps. So it's super simple. I did it for the course, for zero gravity course that the link is posted on this chat. It's 50% off with Friday. Coupon, it's only for 24 hours if you want to get it. It's super cheap course. I mean, it's not expensive at all, so you don't worry about your budget. The cool stuff that you will learn how to do all these things and, you know, take photos and everything. So let's run one more test before I put water. And the glass should be plastic, right? Or you may have something really cool that is not plastic. So there is no flickering. You see, it looks good now. So cool, all is super cool. This is where probably I start cutting it, because platform is, you know, not jumping now, and all this, well, might happen. Cool. So we're ready to do it with water. Let's do with colored water. My daughter prepared this for you guys. Okay, what about focus? Do we have, okay, focus is not okay for in this mode in HFR. This is kind of not cool. This is what it is. So I need to put manual focus and set the focus to make sure that it has. Okay, we need to have maximum focus. And I even may consider closing aperture a little bit more, so it will be even deeper depth of field. You see the difference in exposure. This is just, camera is not, I mean, it tries to shoot at whatever settings that I have. It's not 1/500th of a second shutter speed. When I switch to HFR, this is what happens. It kind of jumps into different mode. I just need to make sure that, you know, that it all looks good. Okay, so are we ready for the, well, for the real stuff? Colored water, food coloring, okay? Okay, oh man, it will be a mess. Am I ready? Yeah, I wear bright stuff, so come on. Not today, please. Spammers are going crazy these days. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Yes, Word Friday, exactly. Just Friday. Yeah. Word Friday is 50% discount. It will work only for 24 hours. The course is Zero Gravity on Photigy. So if you watch this video in recording, guys, there is no such coupon anymore. Don't try, okay? Better subscribe, and next time we go, next Friday, we'll do something cool. You will get notification if you subscribe and click that little ring. And you will have some opportunity to get good discount. Alrighty. Whew. So we are ready. Now I cock the shutter. Okay. Whew. I didn't do this for almost a year. So bear with me. What can I do? Well, it should be covered, this electricity stuff. But we can do it like this, I guess. Shooting standby. First we're preparing. Start recording. Okay. We do start recording. Beautiful. Why on the diffuser? Anyway, we'll have something. Let's see. Okay, this is where I'll cut it and we'll crop it till that time. Boom. Why not on the camera? I would love to have it, flying directly to the camera. But this stuff is not what you can, do all the time. I mean, predict, unfortunately. Now, well, I have time to clean the diffuser. But you've seen what is going on. Let me do this replay, because what you've seen, it was buffering. Okay, so we put all this stuff in buffering. Now it's on the SD card. Of course, it can be, we can play a lot with what I'm going to do. For example, I'm going to add some spotlights, colored spotlights behind to hit it, to make sparks and everything. It just takes time, I want to better talk to you a little bit Q&A. Okay, so this is what it is. Of course, it will be cropped, most of the part, but, something. And it's just one try, you understand it, right? One try. Of course, for better results, you better have it. Now we know that, distance between your diffuser and all this stuff, it's all doable. My idea is to be as compact as possible to show you, what all this about. But when you do it yourself, you really need to kind of think about setting it up so you can run it multiple times without any issue. Okay, now let's do Q&A while drinking this. I hope it's food coloring. If not, well, I may be in trouble. Strange. Tastes strange. Now, guys, shoot me questions, anything. This is what I was talking about. I was talking about shooting with this camera, okay? I was talking about this course, Zero Gravity Photography, okay? Basically, I did something very similar to this. This is what was the shot, okay? All these shots are made with the device where on the course I explain how to do this. We can even I have one thing to sacrifice, the glass one. With the glass, it looks awesome because you can have real stuff broken. Oops. But now you have, 1 second. Now you have this special code that will bring the price to 50% down if you put Friday. Okay, so just Friday, it will rock only for 24 hours. Okay, it will be $37. Okay, now questions and answers. Is this lesson going to be available later? Yes, all these videos will be stored in our channel. So if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be good. Just make sure that you subscribe to Photigy channel. It will be there. Could you slightly angle the platform? I can do, all this stuff is, well, whatever you want to do is possible. Platform can be, I can always put something under the platform, but, well, we can do anything, right? We can shoot it like this. It's not a problem. It's all springs. It's not about, being horizontal. It's actually real cool. Oh, you're talking about the flying on top? No, it's not about angle platform. Think about this. I see what it's saying. When it jumps to throw water to the camera side, we start from the angle. It will fly, but while flying, it can rotate a little bit, and you never predict really. You can probably increase chances that it will go there, but it's not 100%, right? If you had facing about 8 degrees facing, maybe. Yes, I agree. I agree, Brody 81. That's it's probably possible to increase chances. Yeah. Wouldn't 1/960 of a second shutter speed is better? Video usually use double the frame rate as shutter speed in order to get natural motion blur. Well, Christian, here it's not about this. I understand. I know this rule about the shutter speed 2 times, but it's not on this mode. You're not selecting the shutter speed. You basically, there is in the camera. I'm not sure if I can show it. 1 second. I'll see if you can see menus. If you can, I can probably show it. Okay, you do see. So let me share the. Let me share what I can share. Where is it? Here it is. So this is the menu, okay? And in this camera, what you do, you basically go to camera settings. And there is such thing as, well, it's manual exposure for high frame rate. Yes, this is what we had. Then what else? By the way, I didn't do this, but the best result, you need to change picture. No, not effect. It's picture profile, right? You can choose something really awesome like PP7. Yeah, it's maximum here, which is basically it's made for color grading. It has huge dynamic range compared to the normal. PP7, I forgot the normal. It's some Sony. I forgot what kind of color profile it is, but this is for the best quality. Anyway, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the HFR settings. So here you can only select this. Okay, frame rate and record settings. Frame rate can be 240, 480, or 960. However, 960 will give you, if you choose 960, the record settings will be still, well, you can choose, but I choose lower, so it's the maximum slowness would be, they slow down the maximum because it will convert into this frame rate. However, it's the qualities will be really bad. It's possible, to shoot at 960. It will be 40x, right? 40x, right? Yeah, you're right. So it will be really slow, but the quality is not good. And the frame rate, the shutter speed set by this. It will be, if I choose like this, it will be, you can see, 1,000th of a second, right? 1,000th of a second shutter speed. So there is no way we can have it double. It's just always match HFR settings frame rate. Okay, we can actually shoot like this. It's well, why not? Let's have it maybe ISO 500, maybe a little bit more, so it's a little bit brighter. We have one more glass. Let's shoot, so you will see, guys, how it will look 2 times, I mean, the slowest possible settings, okay? Why not? It's actually a little bit inclined this way, but still not perfect. Where is our stuff? Okay, ready? Are you ready, guys? Woo! Ready. We made it. So this is what buffering is doing, and it will be 40 seconds now. 2 seconds. No, it will be 80 seconds, I think, yeah? Anyway, you calculate. Oh, how cool, this little jumping little thingy. So it's endless possibilities. Really, with this device, you can do whatever you want. It's, wow, I didn't see these little things. Yeah, not enough liquid. So it's really slow. If I process it, and I think it was even the color, I mean, ready for color grading, which is cool. Nice. So imagine how many things I can do, just in 1 hour while putting different stuff on there. A little bit lower the camera. So it takes time. This is 1000 frames per second, almost. Cool. This is actual shooting. There are cameras that can shoot like at least 10 times slower in a good quality. I forgot, I was looking to buy one, maybe I'll do. They cost a couple thousand, well, maybe like $4,000, which is not super crazy because this one is 1700, right? So it's not like something. Nice. Woohoo! You see why you need to subscribe to Photigy channel? Not to miss next show like this. Okay. So if you have questions, shoot me right now because we are about to say goodbye. 1 hour is there. Okay. How long does it take this course? Well, the course, how many hours or whatever? It's about, what's the total time? The total time of the course is 2 hours 40 minutes, so it's relatively short course. I mean, you don't need to have much time. The course includes, the build setup, the list of equipment that I bought, stuff like this, yeah, the easy to build setup. It's about $100 to build this rig. I mean, it took me a day to build first version of this rig, and then I tested. I found that it's not working the way that I want. I did it different. This is the final version for one more day, and that's it. So, question and answer, guys. Questions and answers. Let me see. Yeah. The last one was cool. Of course, it will be, to make it really spectacular. I need to add more lights to what we had. I definitely would add light behind. I move this stuff. I mean, the diffuser, it will be, you know, different on different distance. So I'll have light, spotlights, colored spotlight, LED. This Godox S30. If you didn't see the video, check it out. We're gonna post a link, and there is a review of those lights. I'm gonna put them behind here because we really need to have sparkles on this splash. It's not enough what we have here, but I leave it up to you. I mean, you try to do it yourself. Hello, coronavirus from Switzerland. Such a beautiful nickname, coronavirus. Do you have any dyed powder to put underneath the glass? Well, yeah, probably. So it's like with a powder with all this stuff. Yeah, it's a cool idea. You just need to play. You know, since I brought this device back to the studio, like I said, it was for a year outside, you know, under all rain and all that stuff. It survived. I'm glad to see. And I'm gonna do some cool thing with it. So it's just the beginning what you see. I brought it this morning. I mean, today. Okay, guys, I think we all said we have 1 hour, and it was a pleasure, guys, seeing you, talking to you, demonstrating all this. Again, tune up to Photigy, subscribe to Photigy channel, make sure that you have the notification. We don't have much videos. I mean, it's not like everyday post, so don't worry, it won't bug you much. But when we go live, you will receive notification on your device, whatever you are using, and you can watch it and ask questions and, you know, communicate, participate basically in real time when we do all our Friday talks. Okay, last time we had amazing workshop with Artem Pisarevsky for post-production course, and you know, today we had this madness that, well, I need to clean myself a little bit after, and the studio and all this. Alrighty. So, thank you. Have a good weekend. Again, this time can be, you know, frightening for many of you, but guys, think positive. This is the most important thing, because our life, everything that's happening outside goes through our brain. We have a beautiful filter that can tell us what's good, what's bad, what's pleasant, what's frightening, what, you know, all this, and it's all under our control. We really can change the world by changing our perception. You know what I'm talking about. If not, just think about it. All that, you know, presuppositions, all the beliefs creates a world for you, but it's your beliefs, and it's your responsibility of what kind of world you live in. If it's like scary virus, you know, we all gonna die, we all gonna go bankruptcy, here it is. It's your world, but you can choose a different one. Already, so all will be cool. Don't worry. Somehow you'll go through it. See you next Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Goodbye. And we have this little button. Yes. Yeah.